So I had to stop at the pet store to grab some filters for my new tank, and then I ended up buying more fish. So now I need another tank. So I have another one of these mini ponds, 20-25 gallon pond liners, and I'm gonna have to put it into use. This is going to be a temporary holding pond for some fish that I recently just bought, because for some reason I had to have them while I was at the store. It'll work for the meantime while I get the bigger pond set up for them, but yeah, I need a place to put them, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one temporarily ready and get the fish in there. Just gonna come out by my garden and grab some river rock. Use this as the substrate. Okay, I don't really need much. I just want to have something in there. Not real dirty stuff though. I just want to have something in there so it's not barren and empty. I just can't stand when it's barren and empty. I know you want to see the fish, but come on. They gotta be bored in there. Just really gonna throw them in there. I'm actually gonna put a little cave right here because I don't know, fish like to hide, so give them a little cave. I'm not gonna be here long, but can't resist. Yeah, so not much, but it'll give them something to explore. Pulling the garden hose in for yet another pond inside the house. We'll let this fill up. Okay, we got the pond filled up as far as I want to fill it. I'm going to drop the fish in so they can acclimate while I go eat my dinner. We got the temperature right now sitting at about 75 degrees. I believe it's a little bit chillier than that, but we'll see how it is whenever I get back from eating dinner and we can release the fish. Sorry for the glare, but you can see we got our 4 new fish in, and these are shabunkin. They're a variety of goldfish, in between like a goldfish and a koi. They'll get pretty big, about 12 inches, maybe even 18 inches. But I got these for the pond that we're going to be digging here in this winter. But I wanted to get some now so we can get them a little bit bigger by the time the pond is ready outside. So this is their temporary home. I'm going to be putting these into a larger pond with some common goldfish, pond goldfish, and I have those up on the patio pond right now. But until then, I already bought these, so I needed somewhere to put them, and there's not enough room in the container that the common goldfish are in right now, so they had to get their own temporary home for now. Hopefully they'll like it, because they'll be in here for a couple more months until it gets too cold outside. I've got to bring the patio pond in, and I'll be building the larger pond over on the other side of the basement, but they'll be in here for a couple months at least. I'll be getting a sponge filter in here. I don't need a heater because they can do cold temperatures, and my basement's not going to be going below 60 hopefully, so they should be just fine. I couldn't watch them any longer without having something giving them some flow and oxygen. So I took a pump from my dog pole pond and I brought it in here. I rigged it up to a horseshoe on the side lip of the pond, tied with some string and some hose I had, and at least that gives a little bit of oxygen into the water and some motion. Not too much because they don't need to be pushed around, but I think they'll enjoy having a little bit of oxygen. I gave them a couple goldfish pellets and they ate those, so don't want to keep feeding them flakes or anything. I don't want to spike the ammonia, but I do want to kind of feed them, so I pulled some string algae out of the pond, the dog pool, and I'm going to throw that in there. So that's either going to help with the process, it's going to help, it's a plant, so that's going to help break down any ammonia from them pooping in there. But I figured they might also eat it, so if they eat it, that's a good thing. But I'm going to throw that in there just for some entertainment. See if they do anything with it. Even for a temporary tank, I had to add some things. I just put a handful of aquarium gravel in there. I had some extra hornwort that I threw in there. Some floating, some sank. And then I took 2 fake plants, weighted plants from my goldfish pond with some good bacteria and algae on it, so I dropped those in there. So I gave them something a little bit to explore in. I'm moving around a lot more now, so coming up in the water level. So the pond is looking a little different now. It's the next day. I got the sponge filter put in. It's an Aquarium Co-op medium sponge filter. I didn't put an air stone in it because it's just going to be here for a little bit, but I did soak that sponge in the existing fish tank I already have, so it already started picking up some of the bacteria. Got the air line hooked up to a little air pump in the back, and that's all it's running. I also have a little desk lamp here clipped in, and I got a little plant light that I already had screwed in there, so it gives them a little bit of lighting for the plants as well. But I also went ahead and grabbed this decoration. It's like a stump with fake plants attached to it. That was also in my goldfish pond on the patio, so I brought that in so I could get some more bacteria in here and just a little bit of entertainment for the fishies. You look in there, see a little white-faced shabunkin. They've been hanging out around this stump now. You can see their tails moving in there. They like hiding around this stump now. They've been doing pretty good, all 4 of them. I've been treating with Melafix just to make sure they didn't have anything bad in them coming from the pet store. And they all seem to be moving around and eating just fine. Just been feeding them goldfish food and some of the bug bites I've been feeding as well, to get them to come up to the top of the water so I could see them a little bit better. But I think this is working out. It'll work for a temporary home for them till I get them in with the goldfish. But I don't have that area ready yet, so this is where they're living, and I think it's working out just fine for the shabunkin. Now I can grow them out and they'll get pretty big by the time my pond's ready outside to throw them in there. So I'll get some bigger fish for a cheaper price if I just grow them out myself, which I have no problem doing that. Alright, that's all for the Shubunkin tank here. Whenever I go ahead and move them over to the goldfish pond or build the new goldfish pond inside for them, I'll do another video update and show the transfer of them. But we'll see if they get any bigger. Alright, you can see me on the next one. Thanks for watching.